Hey guys, welcome back. I'm very excited to bring you the fourth Comic Haul video on the Zanmoth channel. Thank you guys for sticking with me for this long. We got a pretty decent episode for you. Got a few keys sprinkled in there that I was happy to get and happy to have in my possession. I want to just thank you guys so much who have shown me support, especially people from the comic collecting world on YouTube. Thanks so much for subscribing and leaving comments and liking my videos. I really appreciate that. Remember that you can always follow me for more content on Instagram at the Art Zaddy with a Z. And so my goal is to at least get to 25 subscribers by next week. So hopefully we hit our goal. I'm dependent on it. I'm confident. I know we can get there. Just as long as I have your love and support, it really is appreciated, and I am humbled. Next month, I'm going to be going to Cincinnati Expo, which I'm really excited about. I just paid off my truck. So now I got wheels. I can, roll down there and see what's going on. Plus, I want to say Neil Adams is gonna be there, which is pretty awesome. So I'm super excited about that. Also, another thing too for the future. Once we get to our 10th Comic Haul episode, I'll do a bonus video where I kind of go through some of my art pieces that I've been working on lately, because I have a whole series, mock comic cover series that I've been kind of going over. I'm a big fan of variant covers, so and I've always wanted to do variant cover work of my own. So this is just kind of like, I don't know, kind of like my take on it. So yeah, it should be pretty awesome. So stay tuned for that. I know we'll get there faster than we know it. So without further ado. The first book in front of me, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys know what it is. It's basically a Kirby omnibus encyclopedia, kind of going through his history. I absolutely love this book. I always go back to it for reference because Kirby is the king of comics, as you can clearly see. Don't at me. But yeah, this is just a great book. I recommend, if you don't have it in your collection, I believe you should definitely pick it up. It's just a nice piece to have. Now, for the first good half of this video, I'm dedicating it to the ladies. I love the women of both DC and Marvel, and I thought it'd be nice to just show them some love this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Don't know how much time I have, but we'll take it in stride. All right, for our first book, I got Catwoman #1, blank cover. Now, this art is done by me, and just a little ink, pencil, and watercolor. A little whiteout here and there just to white out all the extra shit that they got going on the front cover. But this is actually my first time drawing. No, this is my second time drawing Catwoman, and my first time drawing Catwoman in her animated series costume. So I'm really happy about this piece. I absolutely love it. I'm kind of proud of myself. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this, and if you want to see more blank covers in the future, because I have plenty more in the chamber. So that is Catwoman #1, and then on the back here, sorry for the tape, I got Catwoman #2. Now, when this came out, I went to I got this on New Comic Book Day. When this came out, there was a Art Germ cover, and then there was this cover. That was the only two covers that were at this store that I went to. And you know what? To be honest, I got mad respect for Art Germ. Don't get me wrong, but it was boring. Like the cover was just boring. It was just Catwoman's face. you can do more interesting things with Catwoman's face, I feel like. But shout out to Art Germ though. You got plenty of other books that I like. Just got one complaint, but I thought that this cover was better than the Art Germ cover. And when I saw the preview for this book, I thought that this was the variant cover for the book. But regardless, I'm happy to have this copy. This is my first Catwoman book, but not my first Cat book. Some foreshadowing there. So yeah, really happy to get those two books. Next up, got this beautiful lady, Wonder Woman. Sorry, it looks dark, but the light's just not hitting it right. But this is Wonder Woman number 52. Picked this up was this the same time I got the Catwoman book? I don't know, maybe. I don't know, I'm losing my mind. But I absolutely love this cover. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I had to have it. I can't think of the artist, but I will get back to you on that. But whoever is the artist, I'd like to see some more covers from them in the future. I think this is pretty dope. So moving on and continuing on with the ladies. Next up, got a key. First appearance of Black Cat. I picked this book up quite a while ago. I think I picked it up in the springtime, and it's pretty clean. It's got some spine ticks, some wear here and there on the edges, which, you know, I mean, I like books with a little character to them. You know, I'll worry about the clean, ultra sheen, perfect corners, you know, white pages later. You know, I like books that have a little history to them. So yeah, I'm very happy to get this book in my collection, and to add to my Spider-Man keys that I already have. And next up, continuing on with the ladies. First appearance of Jubilee. First appearance of Jubilee. She's an awesome character. I loved her ever since X-Men the animated series. That's basically how I got into X-Men, was watching that series when I was younger. I really think they should bring it back, just because the other Marvel TV shows aren't really hitting the mark like they should. But you know, what are you gonna do? I'm really happy to get this book though. I think I only paid like $15 for this. It was at $30, but I think I got it for half price. So yeah, I'm very happy to have another X-Men key issue. Here's another book that I picked up. X-Men 214. I know this really isn't a key issue, but I just see this book everywhere that I go, just everywhere, and it was only $2, but I see this book like everywhere that I go, and I see it in 2s and 3s and 4s usually, and I was like, you know what, maybe the comic book guys are telling me something. Maybe I need to hang on to this for some reason. But to be honest, I like the book just because of the cover. I love the cover art. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much on that book. And then continuing on with the X-Men train. Zoop! Got the Uncanny X-Men number 221. I picked this up the same day I got the other 2 X-Men books. This is, of course, the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. All-time favorite villain, especially watching the animated series. Him and Apocalypse, like, those were my guys, and they came to wreck shit like every time. Mr. Sinister has a really weird obsession with the Summers, and I think it's interesting that, like, you know, he's like a scientist, and Apocalypse kind of made him who he was. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can look it up, but yeah, check out his backstory. It's pretty interesting. Alrighty. Alright, winding down a little bit here. Next book, got the Incredible Hulk number 140. This book, I actually love this book. It's a thicker issue. I can't remember how many pages it is, but it's a thicker issue. Picked this up at one of my favorite comic book stores, and it's a fantastic story. It's based off of Harlan Ellison. Well, not based off of Harlan Ellison stories, but it has, I think, like over 20 quotes from his stories kind of hidden in there, which is awesome. And if you don't know who Harlan Ellison is, please go Google him, look him up. He does do amazing writing, so check him out. This is also the first appearance of Jarella, as well as a few other minor characters too as well. So I'm happy to have this key issue. Just doing it for the ladies. And then picked this up last Wednesday. Yeah. Fantastic Four number 1. The Return of the Fantastic Four. I believe this is the first appearance of their new villain. I know there's a variant where the villain is on the cover, but I had no luck finding that. I mean, there's so many fucking variants of this. It's crazy. It's almost like the Iron Man number 1 that came out, where like every cover was like, each cover was like every one of his armors or something crazy like that. I'm not really a fan of that. I like it when there was only like 3 variants a book, or like 2 variants. That kind of made the hunt more fun. But the fact that there's just so much shit floating around, so many different options. The books that are variants kind of lose their value. But this just happened to be one that I didn't see at any other store at the time, and it was the last of its kind when I was making my rounds that at the end of the day, because everybody had already swooped in early to pick up a lot of variants up. But I love this artist. His name escapes me, and I'm sorry guys, I need to get better at remembering names, but I'm terrible with names. But I just love his style. I love he did I think he did a Amazing Spider-Man 800, Red Goblin, or not 800. It was a Red Goblin cover too as well, and I really love his kind of cartoony artwork. So yeah, I'm really happy to have that in my collection. So last but not least, and here we go. This is let me see. This is a book that I'm super happy to have. It's not in any good condition, but I love Kirby so much, man. He inspired me to become an artist myself. I'll drop this one on all of y'all. Boom! Fantastic Four, number 20. First appearance of the Molecule Man as well as his wand. Super happy to find this. Usually, the only time that I see this is at conventions or expos and stuff like that, but never do I really see early Fantastic Four books just sitting in comic shops on the shelves behind the cash register, of course. But I'm really happy to find this. I was really happy to find this one, and I've noticed that they're kind of popping up here and there at different stores. So I don't know what it is. If people just got the Fantastic Four fever since they're back in the Marvel Universe again, and maybe in the MCU in the future, I don't know. I'm kind of holding my breath on that. I know that if they do come in, that they probably won't come in until like 20, I don't know, like 2045 or some crazy shit like that. But you know what? Regardless, I'm happy to have this character. The first time that I saw the Molecule Man and read about him was in Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars run, which is awesome. You guys should definitely check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this haul. Thank you guys for watching and sticking with me.